Hi, Marvel Tokon put out a tweet telling us about all the big changes that are going to be happening to Marvel Tokon gameplay wise, and a lot of people have been hyped because it's a lot of the changes that we've been asking for since the beta had happened a couple months ago. So I'm not even going to take too much time with this intro because I'm already late to this, so we're going to hop straight into these changes, tell you how I feel about them and what it could mean for the future of the game going forward. Now, first things first, the first change we see that they mention is they assign dedicated buttons for the tag and the assist. Now, I did make an earlier review for the Marvel Tokon betas like way back, but I never uploaded it because I'm not gonna lie, it sounded real negative, and I was just like, I ain't even trying to put that type of energy out there, especially considering what was already happening with the game. One of the things I did state in there was that I feel like it'd be better for them to do something like this where they have a separate tag button and assist button, because it would just make obviously calling out unique assists and things like that a lot better. And another thing they said in the videos that they reduced the frames and the animation time for tagging, which was another thing that I had that me and a lot of people had problems with. It's like tagging and using your assists in general just felt very clunky and very slow. So them adding the addition of not only multiple buttons for the tag and the assist just makes it a lot more smoother, and them speeding it up just makes obviously the game flow faster than how it was before. Now, the next thing they mentioned is cancel attack to trigger non-rush assist. Now, if you don't know what the rush assist is, it's basically the lariat style assist that everybody was doing back in the beta, like anytime you hit a combo or a block string. Now they've changed it, which is what people were speculating back during the gameplay footage we got with the X-Men trailer, was that now you can call your assist mid-combo or mid-block string, and your assist will actually do the unique assist that picked them in that slot 4, which is something a lot of us were wanting them to change, because it just adds a lot more creativity, a lot more openness when it comes to, one, making combos, and two, setting up pressure and block strings, making your opponent have to guess, on top of the fact that they sped up the tag change. So it just makes, mixed pressure and a lot of mixed situations a lot more scarier. Especially speaking for myself, I know I'm somebody that, coming from the tag games I come from, being like obviously Marvel 3, Marvel 2, BB tag, things like that. Like I want my games to be a little more, I want my tag games to be a little bit more grimy. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? I know we're in a different era of video games now. A lot of people don't like that type of grind, but like I want my games to be grimy when it comes to the mix and the things you can do to put your opponent in a lot of messed up situations, for lack of it, you know what I'm saying? So now, another thing they said they changed was reduce assist, hit stop, and consecutive assists. Now what this basically means is they toned down how long you're in block stun once you're getting hit by like multi-hitting assists and things like that, so that you actually have a chance to fight back and use your defensive mechanics while you're in mixed situations and pressure and things like that from the opposing player. And with them obviously changing how the assists work, it makes sense that they would do this so that you're not just completely locked down and defenseless whenever you're getting hit by something like, say, Miss Marvel's like multi-hit twirl assist, or Danger most likely to have her bombs as a unique assist to set up like crazy laser pressure. Like if you ever see Mew 12 and Blaze Blue and things she can do once she has you in the corner with those lasers. But obviously things like that, they want to tone down like how long you're stuck in those like block string pressure situations, so you have time to fight back. So it makes sense that they make these changes because of how they changed the assist mechanic in general. So it's a pretty good change. It makes sense. Now the next thing they changed, which is a pretty big change for me personally, because it is also something I had a huge problem with, aerial assist conditions change. Now what this means is basically you can actually now call your assists while in the air, and they'll do the assist that you put them in that slot to do. So as you see, when Wolverine jumps and he calls his normal assist, they come out and just do their normal assist. They don't do the air assist anymore that used to be in the game. But air assists are still in the game, because now in order to get the air assist, you would super jump, and when you super jump, instead of getting the normal grounded assist your character is in that slot to do, now they'll do the air assist that normally would have happened in the older betas when you used to just jump normally and the air assist will come out. Now this is technically a good change. My gripe with it, and it's really a personal gripe, because like I said earlier, I do like my games to be a lot grimier than a lot of the games been coming out lately, but that's a personal gripe. I gotta get over it. But normally in tag games, one of the strategies you would do is you would super jump in order to approach your opponent and call your assists while they're on the ground, for your assist to just lock down your opponent in general, so you have different ways to approach them while you're already in the super jump pipe from the air and all of that. Now obviously while you super jump, they can't see your assist, so they have to predict where the assist is at and what the assist is doing. So it does create some pretty messed up situations. But again, like I said, for me, I like tag games like that. But realistically, this is actually a really good change. The fact that you can just call your grounded assist in general general while you're jumping is already really good, and I'm super glad they did that in general. This is something that I had a big gripe with while I was playing the beta, so I'm glad they adjusted it, glad they fixed it. Another big change they did was super skills no longer cause wall breaks. Now before, obviously whenever you did supers in the beta, you would always go into a wall break scenario. If you were close to the wall, you would always go into a wall break scenario, which did get kind of annoying, especially when you wanted to set up like Oki pressure, or wanted to set up any type of pressure in general off of like your super. You had to do it mid-screen and then try and figure something out there. And speaking of the wall break, another big change they did was cause full knockdown state after the wall breaks actually happen, which is something I really like. Just because like returning to neutral every like how many seconds or every time there's a wall break did get annoying really quick, and I'm not really a fan of having to return to neutral every single time. This is to me a really good change. I could see it becoming a more snowbally type thing because obviously more offensive players probably get the upper hand, but personally I feel like this being a tag game, that's something I would want. If I'm in charge and I'm doing really well in a match and I get this wall break, I want to be able to keep my offense going and keep my opponent oppressed. I want to keep them oppressed. And another big thing that they did that I really like is that link attacks no longer trigger on whiff. Link attacks are basically this game's auto combo, so the fact that they stopped it so you can't just auto combo mash. Another thing they did that I like a lot is they reduced the aerial combo limit consumption. Now basically what this means is there's going to be a lot more air combos, which will allow for a lot more freedom for the characters and allow you to actually want to go for air combos and want to like play the game a lot more open than how it felt before. I'm always open when it comes to combo changes. For this game specifically, I hope they open the combo system a lot more once the game like actually comes out and develops. I'm hoping they just open it up a lot more completely, because to me in a game like this, obviously the characters only have like 4 special moves and like unique move. 4 special moves is not a lot of moves, to be honest. So in my mind, like when you have a game that has like a short move list, you would want the combo system to be very open and very, you know, open-ended, so that you can utilize those 4 unique moves you have in various different ways that make you feel unique compared to other people playing your character, or compared to like other people in general. So you have like your own unique play style, your own unique game plans and things like that. But yeah, those is pretty much all the changes they did, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm super happy they put this out here, and I'm super happy they're even doing these changes and they're actually listening to the community. I'm one of them people where I want this game to succeed, just because one, I'm a super big Marvel fan in general. I love the Marvel IP. I love Marvel and DC. Like I love those IPs, so anything that comes out with them, I want it to succeed, you know. And obviously, like I said earlier, I'm a big Marvel vs. Capcom fan. Obviously this is not Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm not trying for it to be, but it's marketed as a tag game, and I never really felt like it was a tag game before. And obviously a lot of people say this plays more like a 1v1 game with assists, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that, but like the game itself just didn't feel like, it felt way too hand-holdy and way too babyish for my liking. So the fact they made a lot of these changes, opened it up a lot more, made it feel more like a tag game, while still keep that identity of like you can play it like a 4v4 tag game or play it like that 1v1 game with assists if you want to. It still has that feel to it, but like it's a lot more open-ended now. You can do a lot more things that you want to when it comes to tagging, setting up your assists. You know, team building is actually going to matter now because you can use different assists. So now you have to figure out which character works with these different unique assists, you know, and figure out your own combos, your own play styles. And one of the funnest things when it comes to team games is the team building aspect, which I felt like before it didn't really have. But now adding these unique assists, you can now experiment and brainstorm different team comps and different ideas and things like that. So it just opens up the game in a much more fun, creative way, and I'm super happy they did a lot of these changes, because without that, I'm not gonna lie, if this game had come out how it was in those betas, it would have been a bad time for everybody. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about the changes in the conversation down below. I'm super happy with them. I can't wait for this game to come out. More Marvel Tokon stuff is gonna be on the way. But with all that being said, that's gonna be for me. Hope you guys enjoy the video as always, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. So, boy.